There are bodybuilders, and then there are men who look like science experiments. Men so massive they don't fit on stage, so heavy they don't look human, so extreme they force the world to ask a dangerous question. How big is too big?
The heavyweight division saw the American premiere of Greg Kovacs, a 270-pound freak from Canada, one of the strongest bodybuilders alive at the mere age of only 21. He consumes an unbelievable 15,000 calories a day in his off-season. And would you believe he's weighing 320 pounds right now?
Greg Kovacs wasn't chasing perfection, he was chasing size at any cost. This is not just a bodybuilding story. This is a story of obsession, of extremes, and of what happens when the human body is pushed beyond reason. This is the story of Greg Kovacs. Greg Kovacs was born on December 16, 1968 in Niagara Falls, Canada. From a young age, he was different, not just bigger, but stronger than everyone around him. Before bodybuilding, Greg played football and trained with weights for power, not aesthetics. Even then, his size stood out. While others struggled to gain muscle, Greg grew fast, dangerously fast. What started as strength training became something more, an obsession with mass, with pushing weight no one else could touch. Greg didn't want to be like everyone else. He wanted to be the biggest man in the room.
Kovacs from Ontario, Canada, may be what you would call a sleeping giant. He trains by himself in the basement of his parents' farmhouse, but has been able to develop his body into much more than just a big farmhand. Greg is 6'2" and weighs nearly 300 pounds.
When Greg discovered bodybuilding, it wasn't the poses or trophies that attracted him. It was the idea of limitless growth. While others chased balance and proportion, Greg chased numbers, bigger lifts, bigger meals, bigger body. He wasn't trying to fit bodybuilding's rules, he was trying to break them. As his physique grew, people stared, promoters noticed, fans were shocked. Greg Kovacs didn't look real, and that made him unforgettable. Greg Kovacs stood 6 feet 4 inches, already towering over most competitors, but it was his weight that stunned the world. In the off-season, Greg reportedly reached 420 pounds. On stage, he still weighed 330 to 350 pounds, heavier than some bodybuilders' off-season weight. His arms measured over 25 inches, his chest stretched beyond 70 inches, his legs were thicker than most men's waists. This wasn't bodybuilding as people knew it. This was raw mass pushed to the extreme. Greg Kovacs wasn't just big, he was a warning of what happens when size has no ceiling. Greg Kovacs earned his IFBB Pro status in the late 1990s and stepped onto professional stages during a golden era of bodybuilding. He competed against legends, but trophies were never his legacy. Greg didn't dominate shows, he dominated attention. Crowds didn't ask, will he win? They asked, is this even possible? He became one of the largest professional bodybuilders in history, not remembered for titles, but for redefining size itself. Greg Kovacs became a symbol of the extreme side of bodybuilding, the line between ambition and danger. Greg trained like his body was indestructible. Heavy bench presses, squats with weight most gyms couldn't handle, rows and presses that bent bars and crushed joints. There was no finesse, no light days, only overload. Pain wasn't avoided, it was expected. Every workout was about pushing the limit one more time, because for Greg, stopping meant shrinking, and shrinking was unacceptable. To maintain his size, Greg Kovacs consumed 10,000 calories a day at times, massive protein intake from meat, eggs, and shakes, endless carbs, rice, potatoes, pasta, constant eating from morning to night. He didn't eat for health. He didn't eat for longevity. He ate to stay huge. Every meal was a weapon in his war against size loss. But the human body has limits, even when the mind refuses to accept them. Years of extreme mass placed enormous stress on Greg's heart, joints, and organs. The same size that made him legendary also carried a heavy price. In 2013, Greg Kovacs passed away at just 44 years old. The the bodybuilding world went silent, not in celebration, but reflection. Greg Kovacs never won a Mr. Olympia title, but he changed bodybuilding forever. He showed how far size could go and how dangerous that path could be. He remains one of the largest humans to ever step on a bodybuilding stage, a name that still sparks awe and debate. Greg Kovacs' story is not about copying his path, it's about understanding the cost of obsession. Greatness demands sacrifice, but wisdom decides how much we give. Remember this when you chase your goals. Push hard, dream big, but never forget the price. Greg Kovacs, the giant, the extreme, the legend.